All right, guys, so we got to talk about Karine Jean-Pierre, or Cringe Jean-Pierre. That's what I'm going to start calling her, the affirmative action press secretary, who on a daily basis seems to prove that diversity hires just simply don't work out, okay? When you hire somebody because of their skin color, because of their genitalia, whether or not they like their genitalia, and who they like to sleep with, it seems like that has nothing to do with how qualified they are to actually do the job, okay? And this woman is falling apart, okay? I mean, even the press was upset with the fact that she's just simply not answering questions. It is a waste of time to interview her because she never has an answer to any questions. And when she does give an answer, I mean, she goes into Kamala Harris mode, right? When she goes on this incoherent rant, okay, or diatribe, whatever you want to call it, where she doesn't really answer the question and you don't really get the information that you're looking for, okay? Talking to her is a waste of time, okay? It's like talking to a brick wall, right? And again, it's getting so frustrating to the media, okay? It is so apparent to the media that you have News Nation anchor, Dan Abrams, who actually went on air to roast Karine Jean-Pierre for a recent softball interview that she did with MSNBC, in which she could not even answer a simple question about Biden's immigration policies at the border. Take a look.
Now, with that criticism from the left growing, in particular on the immigration front, the White House decided it was time for a little damage control. So they sent in Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre into what should have been the very friendly territory on Friday night of MSNBC with Chris Hayes to discuss the report the Biden administration is considering a return to family detentions. Sadly, Jean-Pierre often ends up creating more damage than controlling it. Now, it's not all her fault. The White House has long had an incoherent message on border policy, continuing to enforce Title 42 while claiming they want to end it, criticizing other Trump-era immigration policies while reluctantly embracing them because they have no better options. But what happens when you send a terrible messenger out with a tricky message? You get the kind of train wreck interview that took place on Friday night, an interview that reduced Jean-Pierre at times to a rambling mess. In fact, the press secretary's first answer to an obvious question was almost incoherent.
There was reports the White House was considering, or Department of Homeland Security was considering, reintroducing the practice of family detention. Is it true that that's being considered?
So what I want to be very clear here, and I've answered this question, as you know, Chris, many times in the briefing room, and we as an administration has as well. Look, we are not going to certainly comment on rumors or conversations that are out there that people are reporting on. Those are rumors. What we are going to promise is that we're going to do this. We're going to move forward with this kind of system, this immigration system that has been gutted, really, truly gutted by the last administration. We're going to move forward and do it in a humane way. We're going to do it in a safe way, and we're going to do it in the way that moves us forward.
Oh, thank you for being so clear. We're going to move forward. We're going to do it in a way that moves us forward. It's just gibberish. And Jean-Pierre's insistence, it just wants to be clear. It's something she says all the time and then does just the opposite. Of course, Jean-Pierre's first answer clarified nothing, so Hayes tried a second time to get an answer out of the press secretary.
I think if I said, are you going to do child separation again? You'd say, no, we're not going to do child separation, right? I mean, so it just seems like you could say, like, we're not going to do family detention. But you're not saying that, which is, you know, fine as far as it goes. But I just want to be clear.
But I think what you're asking me, Chris, is to speak to rumors that are out there, right? And that's not something that we're going to speak to any rumored conversation.
All Hayes was asking point blank was whether they were planning to do it. Instead, he got this sort of long, drawn-out response. Look, we expect press secretaries to dodge and refuse to answer tricky or perilous questions directly. And what makes the best of them so good is that you didn't even realize that the question wasn't answered. And then there's Karine Jean-Pierre.
Yeah, so that is an embarrassment, okay? It is an embarrassment. Because News Nation is supposed to be moderate, okay? I think that's the angle that they're taking, is that, hey, we're moderate. We're not CNN or MSNBC. We're not Fox News. We're just moderate, okay? We're in the middle. And I think that Dan Abrams classifies himself as a moderate. And he did an excellent job here of pointing out just how sad and pathetic Karine Jean-Pierre is, because verbatim, this is what she said in response to Chris Haynes' very simple question about, does the Biden administration plan to bring back family detentions? Okay, this is what her answer was verbatim, right? Tell me, you guys tell me how you can interpret this, okay? This is full Kamala Harris here. Quote, we're gonna move forward with this kind of system, immigration system that has been gutted, really truly gutted by the last administration. We're gonna move forward and do it in a humane way. We're gonna do it in a safe way, and we're gonna do it in the way that moves us forward. And so what we have been seeing, what we have been dealing with, again, is trying to fix the damage that the last administration did do. What we have done is we have opened the path to make sure that people have to get to come through and do it in a legal pathway. Again, what the hell does that mean? That was a complete word salad, okay? Nonsense. Again, just straight Kamala Harris mode, okay? Have they been working together, right? Have they been working together? Who knows? I don't know what they might be into, right? I know that Karine Jean-Pierre, you know, she got a little girlfriend or whatever, right? But who knows what else she might be into? She might have been getting a little bit too close to Kamala Harris, okay? She's, Kamala's rubbing off on Karine Jean-Pierre. Who knows what's going on, okay? We know Kamala ain't really kissing her husband like that, right? Because her husband's too busy kissing Jill Biden, okay? So I don't know, okay? That could be more than meets the eye that's going on with this, but I'm just saying that it's to the point now where it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing for the White House to continue to have this woman be their chief spokesperson. Again, she's supposed to be a communications expert, and she can't communicate, okay? She communicates at the level of a 5th grader. And look, I get it. You know, yeah, as press secretary, you're going to try to dodge and not answer some of the more tougher questions that really don't have good answers, right? But this is just not acceptable, right? She could have said, hey, all things are being considered, right? Or she could have said, no, it's not being considered at this moment. But again, all things are possible. That would have been a better answer than this, right? And the frustrating part, again, is that she always claims that she's trying to be clear about it, but she's really not, right? She's trying to be the opposite, okay? And she does that on purpose because she's in over her head, right? She's out of her skis. She's just simply not qualified for this job. I mean, she's just not, okay? I mean, your job quite literally is to answer questions about rumors. Everything is a rumor until you confirm whether or not it's a rumor. That's the point of people asking you a question, because like, oh, we heard that the Biden administration was doing this, and she says, well, I can't comment on rumors, right? What do you mean you can't comment on rumors? That's your job. Your job is to confirm or deny the rumor, right? Again, it's ridiculous, man. It really is. This is exactly what you get when you hire people for things that have nothing to do with their actual experience, their skill, merit, right? This is what you get. You get a bumbling, fumbling, absolute disaster as a press secretary, and this woman needs to be fired or she needs to step down. I'm so serious. I'm sick of it at this point. As a person who pays attention to what the White House has to say, I'm frustrated with this person. I'm sick and tired of not being able to get solid information out of this person. I wish I could make a video about Karine Jean-Pierre saying something solid about what the Biden administration is doing, rather than having to make videos about how embarrassing she is because she can't tell us what the Biden administration is doing. She's clearly unable to articulate what the Biden administration is doing or their stance on anything, okay? And again, it's not just because they're trying their best to not be transparent. They're trying not to, but it's also because she's just not cut out for the job, right? She just can't do it. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.